You're not lazy. You're just in a setup that makes discipline almost impossible. Now, once we fix that, everything else shifts. Later in this video, I'm going to share with you a checklist of 5 things that when you do these 5 things and then you see somebody that you haven't seen in 2-3 years, they're going to be blown away with your change, with how much you've changed. You're going to be unrecognizable. But what if I told you that trying and willpower are 2 of the reasons why we stay stuck in the same cycles and we can't break our habits, we can't break that addiction, we're stuck doing the same things that we don't want to do, but yet we do them. We're going to go through how to change our environments and by extension, change our behavior. Now, before we get onto that, I'm going to tell you a little story. Now there's a picture to the right of me. There I am. Got my vape in my hand, going for it. Now, this was a couple years ago. I think I was like 20 years old. And I was at a rave. At this time, I was meant to be playing football. I was meant to be going for that dream, football, training 5 times a week, dedicated, disciplined, all of that stuff, which I was throughout the week. I showed signs. But then something happened on a Friday or a Saturday. I'd get a call. Alfie, you about? We're going. And I'd be like, oh yeah, cool, Sam. And I'd be like, I'd then come off the phone and say, right, Alf, you know, when you go there, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't be doing any of that stuff. Make sure you go there, you just bop your head to the music, maybe talk to one girl, that's it, and then get out. Come on. What do you think actually happened? There I am, with my vape, buzzing away. I cropped this picture because to the right of me, there's some girl that I didn't even know her name. And that night ended up like most nights you can imagine in that scenario. Now, why am I telling you this? Because our environment, notice how I told you the context before, footballer, all of this stuff. But yet I go into that environment and suddenly everything changes. So first of all, environment, it overpowers willpower. You can think you're disciplined, you can think you're this, you're that and whatnot. But when you're in an environment and around it, you become it, you do it, whatever is in that environment. And then the second one that links to that is environment infects our integrity, not just our habits. Now I see myself and I saw myself then, even then, as I don't smoke. I'm not somebody who smokes. I'm not somebody who drinks. Too heavy. Got into the environment where the actions around, the people around, was generally accepted around me was the opposite. Now, what do we think we end up doing when we put ourselves in those environments? 2 + 2 is 4, but sometimes we rationalize in our mind that it might be 5. It might be 5 this time. I might go there and I might not do it. Stop fooling yourself. Now, I'm going to tell you about this. If it plays, does it play? Now, this is a video of me in Thailand. During the winter, I went over to Thailand. And the reason being was I got sick. And you know this feeling when you get sick of being in the same cycle, the same from Monday to Friday. Friday comes, everyone party, everyone celebrate. Everyone get as off our face as possible, eat as much crap as possible. Monday, I regret it, I shouldn't have done it. Let me build back up. Friday, do it again. Monday. Friday, Monday. Friday. Guys, I got sick of it. And you might be sitting there thinking, I'm sick of it as well. And don't worry, strap in, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can break that cycle. Now, the last one, which links to this point, is avoiding is far easier than resisting. So the environment affects our integrity. There was a study done, you know these university studies. 2 groups, and there was one group, they was playing like this Monopoly game. There was one group in a well-lit room where everybody can see what's going on. And then there was another group in a dimly lit room where there's not much light. You can't really see what's going on. And it was the same group. But in that dimly lit room, I think there was like 30 or 40% more dishonest when it came to trying to trick and get around and whatnot and all of that stuff. Now, the simple thing is not them. They're probably honest people. Do you know what I mean? They try to do well and all of this stuff like we all do. But they got into an environment where they didn't have to. Or they got into an environment where it would be more acceptable to cheat and they could get away with it. And that human nature started to come out and they started cheating. Now let us not see ourselves as above that, because the truth is we're not. Hence we're in the cycle. Simply, how can we get out of that cycle? Light up the room. Change the room. But we're going to get onto that later. Now, this brings me on to a scripture that I came across, which isn't talking about this. However, we can look at it in this context when it comes to our environment. Matthew 5:30. Whether you're Christian or not, take the wisdom from this. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for you, and it says there, than for your whole body to perish. Basically what it's talking about. I don't know why it didn't fit on the page. We're going to leave that in. What it's talking about is far more profitable for just your hand to get cut off than your whole body to perish. Now, if that means, and we can translate that into the nightclub, again, let's circle that. For the 50,000th time, I've circled that picture. Now, in the nightclub, we're there. It is far easier to, or far more profitable, to not go to the nightclub and then not have to resist. And what it means by our whole body perishing in Matthew 5:30 is our whole body, as in we will do something that our whole body will regret. If say the club is your hand, cut off the hand so your body can live. And that's what it's referring to. So why you came here? You came here to get the 5-step guide. You came here to get that checklist. So let's not mess about. Let's get onto that checklist. All right, cool. So these are 5 things. These are the 5 things that I use to just completely change my environment, to completely, and then by extension, completely change my behavior. I can't tell you how much these 5 things have changed my life, changed my physique, changed my mind, changed my mentality, my beliefs, changed what I'm around. I'm around people that are go-getters every single day, and it completely changes the way you look at it. It sets a new standard. It just drags you up, literally drags you up. Even if you didn't want to rise and change your behaviors, if you're in an environment where that happens, you will do it as a byproduct. But anyways, then let me not lecture. Cool. First one, what's in your house? I'm in my house now. What's in there? What's in your house? If you have the stuff in your house which you're trying not to do, remove it. Don't build a relationship with it. Don't manage it. None of that stuff. It's the whole cold turkey theory. Chuck it out. Get rid of it. I promise you. Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop with the willpower. You know what? At 8 p.m. I'm going to have the snack. Or at 9 p.m. I'm going to have the Snickers bar that's been sitting there all day. No, you're not. You're going to eat it at 12. Just get rid of it. And then when it comes to the day, Saturday maybe, where you want it, go to the shop and buy it if you really need it. But don't have it in your house. Your house is a clean place with none of this stuff within. Your house is you. You are a reflection of your house. What's in your house? Clear it. The next one, check your friends. Check your friends. Your goals are to get in shape. Your goals are to become clever, read books. Your goals are to have insightful conversations. Your goals are maybe to build a business. Your goals are to become the version of yourself you know you can become. Now, if your friends are not trying to do at least one of those things, you need to move on. You need to always be there so you can help in the future, but you need to check your friends. You need to have open and honest conversations about this stuff. Bro, do you know what? And this is about lifting each other up, not leaving each other. It's about lifting each other up. But the reality is you cannot lift everyone up. So you need to check. Can I lift this person up? Can we grow together? Because if not, this is where I'm going. I'm not sacrificing my goals. Do not sacrifice your goals for anyone, for absolutely anyone. Check your friends. Bro, do you want to go gym? No, I'm not feeling it today. Bro, do you want to go gym? No, I'm not feeling it today. Yeah. Bro, let's go gym on this day. Oh, bro, yeah, no, I'm feeling it today. I'm busy. Don't ask again. They can come to you. Sounds harsh. This sounds really harsh. But do not sacrifice your goals for your friends. You try to lift them up, try to do everything to bring them up, and always be there. Because one day the penny might drop and they're like, oh, flip, he's right. Oh, bro, can I go to the gym? Yeah, of course, come. But stop persisting. Stop persisting. Go on your journey, and by grace alone, they will follow. Now, also, this works in the reverse. And it's not just with gym. This is with improving yourself mentally, intellectually, spiritually. If you're trying to grow in your faith, that's a question you got to ask. Bro, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? And it's not pressuring. It's not about the pressure. But you need to know where you stand with your friends. Because you may have a friend that's like, oh, yeah, I think the same. Oh, bro, whew, off you go. Go grow your spiritual strength together. Sick. But if you don't ask, if you don't check your friends, you're never going to know where you stand with them. So check your friends. Obviously, what's in your house as well. Remember that one. Next one. This is huge. Block tech with tech. Sounds nuts. What does that mean? Get an app. Get a screen time thing. Block it 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, max. And all of the rest of your time should be focused on building the person you know you can be. Because that thing, these devices will sabotage you, will destroy you if you don't block tech with tech. Now, next one, outcome orientated placement. Sounds a bit techie. I wrote it like that on purpose. Place yourself in places where you want to be. And when I say want to be, want connecting to the outcome. So if your outcome is build muscle, go to a gym. Even if you don't do anything. If you hang around the gym long enough, you're gonna end up lifting a weight. Yeah, you ever heard that one? If you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're gonna end up getting a haircut. Outcome orientated placement. The list needs to be, what's my outcome? What do I want to be? I want to be in shape, cool. Get yourself in a good gym, perfect. I want to build a business, fantastic. Be around people that have built businesses or are trying to do the same. Watch content if you cannot, that talks about how to build a business. The third one, I want to be smart, cool. Set up your room so that the first thing you can reach, I'm going to show you this one. Set up your room so the first thing that you can reach is a journal and a book. Frictionless. Remember we said earlier, reduce the friction. Outcome orientated placement. The next one, space for the spirit. We're a spirit with a body. We need to give ourselves time. We need to give ourselves time. We need to give our spirit time to actually know what it is. Like, where is it we're meant to go? What is it God wants for us? Higher power, God, whatever. Where does God want us to be? And we can't do that unless we spend time in the spirit. Now, practically, what does that look like? Spending time in the spirit means spending time away from your flesh. Spending time maybe in fasting. Spending time away from your phones. Spending time alone in solitude, in a dark room, just with yourself, or in a light room, going on a walk, whatever, just with no stimulation, just you and yourself. Spend time and give space to the spirit. But these are the 5 things that have completely changed my life. Remember, when you change your environment, everything else will change. Your behavior will change, and then the byproduct is everything else changes. I cannot stress this enough. Even if you do one of these things, it's going to help massively. Like always, this is a video for me to watch back and take some nuggets of wisdom myself. But I hope that helps. And until the next one, I'll see you in a bit.